Are you ready to get into our review for this week?
Yes.
All right. So our review of the week is of Captain America: Brave New World. Is what we're going to review here. Now, this movie is the fourth Captain America movie, but our first one with Anthony Mackie with the Shield, being Captain America specifically. Technically, I guess no. I guess I don't know. Would you call him the third one? Because in that Falcon and Winter Soldier show, they had another Captain America there.
I think there's only one Captain America for me because this wasn't it for me.
Yeah. Okay. I liked this movie. I thought this movie was decent, actually. I to be honest with you, I think it's middle of the road for Marvel of the MCU movies. I liked the movie. I thought the movie was actually pretty decent. And you can tell this movie is a complete and utter Frankenstein movie. But the fact that of that Frankenstein piecing together that they definitely 110,000% did on this movie, that we got this out of that is commendable. Because
I guess.
good job. They reshot like half this movie.
Good job reshooting half your movie and making it watchable. Congrats.
they had like 4 different scripts, like a whole bunch of different people write this movie. Like they rewrote this movie and reshot this movie. And I thought the movie was decent. So yeah, I think whether you can joke about it or whatever, but I think it's true.
Okay.
How I feel.
I
thought the movie was pretty good.
Okay. Pretty good?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's only a few things. To be honest, I thought it was very much a lot of when it's not running on full cylinders or anything, but this is just as good as a lot of the generic MCU movies that we've gotten where the villain is generic and completely disposable.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but I liked the heroes. I thought Anthony Mackie did a good job. I thought Harrison Ford did a good job. I liked the Isaiah Bradley character from the TV show, and I liked him here. I thought the guy who was Falcon, Danny Ramirez, I thought he was fine. I mean, there was only a few things that I thought were like just fine, but there wasn't a lot of like, oh, I really don't like that for me. I mean, I know I don't think everybody's liking this movie, but the worst I've heard about this movie is people going, it's fine. You know, I haven't heard like, God, this movie sucks. This movie blows.
I don't think it's like,
I
don't think it's that bad, but I still think this is in the bottom tier of Marvel. I don't think it's in the mid section. I think it's a little lower than that. I don't like his powers at all. It is like my main beef. He doesn't
have powers.
They gave him Black Panther powers, which is the reflecting back crap. And then they give him the shield, which he throws like he's a super soldier. He's literally throwing it at jet missiles. And it's bouncing off. I think they showed it in trailers. I don't know. Maybe they didn't. It's not believable at all. Mm-hmm. You should have given him the serum if you want him to do superhero serum things. Okay. But they didn't specifically. And it just doesn't work for me at all. and then they try to make him fly, and then we have to have like forced jet sections because what else is he gonna do? He flies. So yeah, that's my biggest
I
problem
mean,
with him as Captain
you
America.
got Iron Man. He's just wearing a suit, flying around, catching missiles and stuff.
Yeah, but if you're gonna be Captain America, you should have
He's not
just made
super.
him Captain America. It's annoying. It doesn't work. I don't like it.
Okay, that sucks. I know. I had a. I mean, I had a feeling that you'd feel that way.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't really bother me because they're people like Iron. Like I said, Iron Man. He's just wearing a suit and catches friggin' missiles and crap. And
Yeah, but he's not. He didn't replace Iron Man and say he was Iron Girl or something. You know what I mean? Like, it's fine. He's not fight.
I
Even
mean,
Iron
you have
Man's not
Ironheart.
fighting chests. Yeah, and I don't like Ironheart. But that's not the point.
Yeah.
If you were gonna do him as Captain America, you should just give him the serum. Drop the whole Falcon thing. It's lame. I just don't think it's like the character criteria. It's weird. It's not like relatable in any way. I don't. It just downs the movie. I didn't think the action was that great. It takes them like 20 years to take out two jets, and you're like, if you were just Falcon alone, you probably could have done that faster. But
Mm.
I don't know. The villain is bad, yeah, and yeah, cookie cutter throwaway villain. I think Harrison did a fine job. I think everyone around, except I didn't like who was the guy that's like his second in command or his buddy or whatever. I just felt like that character was totally unnecessary.
Basically, the new Falcon. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like him at all. And then I thought their little jokes to each other. I didn't think the movie was funny at all, which it does go for some jokes here
Mm.
and there. Um, yeah, I think fine is an okay representation, but I mean, I don't come here to watch fine Marvel movies. I want, the comic versions. I think they're going away from what they were previously doing. This isn't it for me.
I think also I was worried. I was worried coming into the movie that it was just going to be a dumpster fire, and it wasn't that. So I was happy. Um, I saw the movie twice. I saw it by myself because I wanted to see it before I worked, so I didn't get spoiled. And then I saw it with Dad, and I felt about the same way when I left. I thought it was fine, like a decent movie. I like I like what deals with, and I like the conversations that they have. I think him going, well, maybe I should take the serum or not, I thought was interesting. And then he has a conversation with a character that basically like you're the right person for the job, whatever. um I mean, this is basically a series finale for that Falcon Winter Soldier show. um and I don't know. I think it worked for me. It worked for me. His arc worked for me. I don't think you were particularly that big of a fan of that show either. So, um, I don't know. I'm down for it. So I guess that's why this movie works for me more than it works for you. Um, what's your number? I'm at a 7.
You're at a 7?
Yep.
Yeah, I'd probably give this like a 5.
Yeah, I think this is better than that.
Yeah, I don't think for me
This is better than Love Hurts.
I didn't Did I give Love Hurts a 6?
5.
No, I gave it a 5. Love Hurts. Okay.
Yeah, I think we
No,
gave it a 5. Maybe you gave it a 4. Maybe, I don't know.
I'm fine with that. I don't want Love Hurts to be better. That's for sure. On the same level, yes.
No.
I thought
Yeah, no.
the action. I enjoyed the action more in Love Hurts than I did in this movie. The action was. I just. Who cares if he didn't take the super serum? Because he already has the super serum regardless. Because the things he's doing is not humanly possible. Now, if you want to put him in a full suit and a full Black Panther suit, and then he does all that, fine. But he's not. He would have been crushed by Red Hulk. He would be paced. It doesn't work like that. Just because you have wings, you still have to physically hold the amount of strength that is being pressed on you to survive. And a human cannot do that. So it doesn't matter if he took the serum, because in the action, he already has one, basically. But yeah, I think this movie was just average, which is what a 5 is. I don't think this was better than average. I don't think it deserves a 6 from me. But I'm not saying your opinion's wrong. I think if you enjoyed it, you can enjoy it. I don't think it's not enjoyable. For me, I just didn't like the direction they took it in. I personally don't want to see it again, but they're kind of setting him up to be like the leader of the
Captain America is the leader of the Avengers. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. You think that? No.
Whether you like it or not, it's happening.
Okay.
That's what Dad said too. He doesn't like him as the leader. Dad was like, you should have had somebody else, a different black guy, come in and be Captain America, and he should still be Falcon. And like, that's what he said. He said basically pick somebody else who's a bigger star, like a Michael B. Jordan, and have him be Captain America. And I was like, first of all, he was the villain in Black Panther. He's already a character that exists. He's like, so is what's his name? What's his name was Johnny Storm. Chris Evans was Johnny Storm, then he was Captain America. And I was like, you know who else was Johnny Storm? Michael B. Jordan. In Fan Four Stick, he's Johnny Storm. And I was like, no, you can't do that. You can't, just because you don't think Anthony Mackie's box office, that doesn't mean you just bring somebody else in to be box office. It's just like, it's so stupid. He's, whether you like it or not, and whether you like it or not, he's Captain America.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
and he's going to lead the Avengers. They're not going to switch the leader of the Avengers now.
How much money is this movie making? You said you had numbers. Right?
This first week it's been just about $200 million.
Okay. So
this is the first movie of our movie draft that's come out this year.
Mm-hmm. So
200 million.
If it has an insane drop, this movie might not be making that much.
We'll see what happens. Well, if it makes 100 million, that's 50% next week. If this weekend coming up, if it makes 100 million, that's 50%. If it makes, this is worldwide. If it makes, if it makes 50 million this next week, that's a 75% drop.
Yeah. I mean, I think if it shows anything, I guess we'll find out next week if this holds up.
Yeah, I think that's a good indicator is the legs, so to speak.
It's definitely not making another 200. I can tell you that. But I don't think this is performing well, and I'm sure they poured a lot of money into it. So, I don't know. Usually money talks if they're going to change something.
Yeah, like Ant-Man, Quantumania, they made like 300 on the first weekend, and then that movie made like 460 overall.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see how this one does. I thought the floor for this movie was 400. So, and if it makes 400, I'm okay with that.
Hmm.
You know, I wasn't expecting it to be a smash hit $1 billion picture. I wasn't. Um, but I'm okay with this movie. Do you want to get into spoilers?
Yeah, we can.
All right. Um, so let's see. Uh, um, you know, the guy who plays the villain and everything, and The Boys and The Mandalorian, Breaking Bad. Um, he was a disposable villain. And that was a character that was basically added with reshoots. Um, there was a character going to be played by a wrestler, Seth Rollins, current wrestler. He got cut out of the movie, and they basically replaced him
Well, why did they cut
with.
him?
I think the Serpent Society, Serpent. It was they called him Serpent in this. So they're the Serpent Society, I guess, were going to be involved or whatever, and then they just like cut all of that out. Like there's set photos of the wrestler. He's wearing like this
Yeah, I'm saying, why
like
was he cut out? Is there a reason?
because they rewrote the film.
Oh, so they
There
just
was
rewrote
rewrites on the
it
film,
at the last
reshoots.
second.
They basically did reshots and completely cut that whole crap out and just had him being like the leader of um, basically a paramilitary mercenary group thing.
Okay.
Yeah, and he was fine. Um, I mean, I thought he did a fine job, but I just thought the character was disposable. Um, you had the leader, who was a villain that they, um, uh, what's it called? They introduced him in the Incredible Hulk, the the movie, the Edward Norton one, and he finally got a payoff in this movie. But I also thought he was disposable and fine villain, and didn't really do that much. But I thought he was played fine by Tim Blake Nelson, who was in The Incredible Hulk. But yeah, he was generic and okay. You had Harrison Ford, who I thought did a really good job. I mean, I like Harrison Ford. He was Thunderbolt Ross, and then he turns to the Red Hulk, which is not a spoiler. It's in all the trailers, but you know, like I don't know if you went in blind, I guess you wouldn't know that, but I mean, it's in all the
I
posters.
mean, we're in the
and everything.
spoiler
But
section, so
yeah. So I mean, I liked his little backstory and everything, and I liked seeing him freak out in his little mustache. I thought was funny. Um, I thought he did a good job. And then yeah, his back his backstory was with his daughter, who was in the Incredible Hulk. And then she shows up at the end.
like super
Um,
weirdly though. Like they clearly like weren't
yeah,
in the same room.
in their same room.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think when they did the reshoots, that was definitely added. Um, and they clearly weren't in the same room. I also think when the leader is talking to Sam, when they're outside and they're like really far away from each other, that's definitely a reshoot too, because he's definitely on a green screen.
Mm-hmm.
The leader is anyway. Um, and he was like, "You don't know you don't know what's coming," or whatever. That was clearly
Yeah.
a reshoot. Um, I don't know. But I still think that the reshoots. I I would imagine this movie was longer, and they probably took out half hour of this movie. I bet you. I bet this movie was 2.5 hours, and they probably took the good stuff that they could from the different versions of this movie and kind of just Frankensteined it and made it into a non garbage fire. is what I think. Um, and yes, and I liked the talk that him and Bucky had. And Bucky shows up.
Yeah, he's just
It was good.
shows up and he's like, "Oh, here you've been having some trouble. See you later." Yeah,
Yeah.
I won't help
Well,
with that
he
at all.
has
Good
to.
luck.
He's like, I heard you're having some troubles. I just got to make sure to let you know that I am going to let you know that I'm running for Congress. I know you know that already, but I'm letting the audience know that I'm running for Congress because that's clearly going to come up in the movie that comes out next, which
Hmm.
is Thunderbolts.
Yeah,
Um, so yeah, um, it's like the show that the Falcon and Winter Soldier show is getting wrapped up in this movie and the next movie.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I mean, people went woo when he showed up. Both times I saw that movie, because people like him. So, I don't know, but I like that. I like the conversations that they have, and the conversation at the end with him talking to Falcon when he's hurt, laying in his bed or whatever. I liked that. Um, I don't know. I like the conversations that he has with Harrison Ford and stuff. I thought he's a good actor. I like him. And I'm fine with him being Captain America. It doesn't bother me. Um,
Well, I want to make something
so
clear. I don't have a problem with the actor. I I think he can play Captain America. I'm not saying that. I don't care about the box office pull or anything like that. I'm just saying the direction that they took the character in the story of Captain America. I don't like what they did with him. I think he can. It just the way they went about it just wasn't good, I don't think.
mm, gotcha. Okay, but you also don't think he can lead the Avengers.
Not this version of him, no.
Gotcha. Okay. I mean, Black Widow was in the Avengers. She has no powers.
Yeah,
Hawkeye really doesn't
she's
have any
not
powers.
they're not the leaders. They're just side characters, really.
They can be in the Avengers, but not the leaders.
Correct. There you go.
Okay. There, that is the problem. Okay, got it. The problem is the word leader. Got
Yes. Hmm.
it. Okay, cool. Which doesn't matter at all, but whatever. Cool. Would you see it, stream it, or skip it?
I mean, if you're a Marvel person, you've probably already seen this. Is this a reason if you're outside of like Marvel fan to watch it? Like, is it that good of a movie? No. I think this is an easy skip if you're not interested in Marvel at all. And if you just like action scenes like me, I think it's also a skip. I don't think there was anything worthy of seeing in this movie. Um, so yeah, if you're a Marvel fan, go see it, which you probably already have. And if not, yeah, easy skip.
I would say if you are a Marvel fan, I'd check it out. If you are a casual fan of Marvel, I would say you could probably wait till streaming or see it. And if you're not a fan, this is not going to make you a fan. So,
Yeah.
but you're not going to see it anyway if you're not a fan. So, I thought the movie was fine. Yeah, I'm at a 7. Andrew's at a 5. Um, uh, yeah, I think that's pretty much everything I got on there. Yeah, there's no other like big parts of the movie. One more thing.
Band credits
The
scene?
lady.
Nope.
Oh, I wasn't even going to bring it up
Yeah,
because
because
it's
it,
a
went,
complete.
it completely blew.
Sorry, if you had asked me, I would have told you to not see it. Like because I
Yeah.
saw
Yeah, I
before you
should
did.
have asked
If you
you.
would have asked me, I would. Yeah,
I mean, I always look
yeah.
it up in the theater, like, is it worth it? And, there's tons of articles saying that it's worth it. It was not worth it, and it shouldn't have been at the end. It should have been in the middle thing. There was no reason to keep that to the end.
They didn't need to have one at all.
Yeah, they didn't need to have one at all. Unless there's
They could have
some
had it before the credits.
comic thing that I'm missing, but it was lame.
No, he didn't do anything. He just said, "Hey, stuff is coming." Like we don't know that already.
Yeah.
Like I don't.
Honestly,
It was weird.
it was similar. There's one in might be the Superman movie, the Henry Cavill one, at the end, like Lex Luthor is in jail and he's like, we're gonna do something. I don't remember what he says, but it's almost like copy and paste what they did at Superman. So I was just like, wow, this is how far they follow when their end credits are as bad as DC.
I literally don't even know what you're talking about. Like, I'm sure I've seen it.
Yeah,
I don't even remember what you're talking about.
I know exactly. It was just so throwaway. Like you'll never like. This is by far the worst end credit scene I think of the entire Marvel movies.
They have a lot of end credit scenes that are just like straight up like comedic.
Yeah, but even a comedic one's better than this.
Yeah, they didn't even say who either. Like they
they give.
I think they're just gun shy. Maybe they're gun shy. Maybe they're just gun shy. They're like, we can't say Doom. What if Robert Downey Jr. beats someone up or something? Like we can't do it. We just can't say. Exactly. We just got to say something's happening. Yeah. They're like, we can't name any names because then we'll have to.
Or they can't name any names because they're gonna reshoot the entire movie,
reshoot it
as different characters.
You know what? I've changed my mind on this end credit scene. I will say, I feel for them, and then they can't just say
just because things. They're bad at planning is not my problem.
That's a terrible. No, it's not. They can't plan. It's not about planning. It's that planning. They can't do it. If Kang,
give them some background checks Kang next time. What do you want from me? You got to control.
He wasn't a background. He did that after. He did it after. This has nothing to do with it. It wasn't before. It's not their fault.
It wasn't. So there was things before though. He had issues before. That scene sucked, and they looked past it.
That scene was terrible. That end credit scene was bad. I fully agree with you that end credit scene sucked.
All right. What were you saying about one other thing before I cut you off with the end credit scene?
Oh, the tiny lady Black Widow. Oh, so small, so tiny.
Okay,
so itty bitty.
That's it.
That was it. She's just so small and talk about now. You're saying someone who clearly could not handle themselves. Someone who needs to take a super soldier serum to be believable, kick anybody's butt. It's her. She is so tiny.
Wait, are you saying she wasn't a super soldier? Because I literally thought she was a super soldier.
No, she's just in the Red Room. Like she's a former widow. Oh. That's it.
Because I thought there was like some part, just looked like she was moving so quickly that it was like not humanly possible. So I just thought, oh, he has a super soldier bodyguard. That makes sense.
Nope.
Okay. I don't know. Then yeah, I agree with you. No way. Yeah.
Maybe that's why he seemed so believable to me, because she was so unbelievable to me.
I guess, yeah. If she was a super soldier, I bought everything.
No, she's not.
But they never state that or anything.
She just said she trained in the Red Room. That was it. They didn't ever said anything about her being a super soldier or anything.
Yeah. Honestly thought that part was just completely useless and didn't really add anything. But
well, it's just they have Captain America has his sidekick Falcon, and they have a widow. It's just like the Winter Soldier. You got Falcon, Captain America, and you had Scarlett Johansson was the widow. They're just
trying to do the same thing.
That was like Team Cap, right?
Gotcha.
They have and he's always Team Captain America. Always had Widow and the Falcon. They just did it again, and it's just
he should have just been by himself.
Unfortunately, yeah, they just try to do it again, but not. It just wasn't as good.
Okay,
and I'm not even that big of a Winter Soldier. Everyone loves that Captain America Winter Soldier movie. I find that movie to be boring, and the revelation, the reason why people like that movie so much is because of the revelation, Hydra and everything, but. Now that we're where we are, that revelation doesn't matter anymore. So it doesn't make that movie fantastic. I thought that movie's fine.
The first Captain America was really good. I like that one. And I like Civil War.
I like the first
you
Captain
can't really
America.
say that's a Captain
And Civil War's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Winter Soldier one's not bad. Like that Winter Soldier.
No, people love that movie. People think that's one of the best ones ever in any of the MCU.
Definitely
movies.
not.
That's like one of the highest critic rated one, like movie critic people.
I mean, I think it's good. I don't know if it cracks top 10 for me, but I think it's good.
No, people really love that movie. I don't get it.
No way.
I think it's fine.
One.
No,
Okay.
no, not. I don't think anyone says number one, but people have it up there.
Okay.
I don't get it. Oh, so is Thor a better 4 movies, or is Captain America a better 4 movies?
Wait, what? Sorry. What?
There's 2 movies, 2 characters that have 4 movies.
You're saying as a series? Like all 4
as
rated?
A series. Captain America and Thor. Well, I guess Captain America, Thor, and the Avengers. Those are the only ones that have 4.
I mean, I would say Captain America.
Obviously the Avengers is the best, so that's,
Yeah, I think Captain America series is better, but I probably would rather watch like Dark World over this one. I just think this is by far the weakest one out of all 8 of those movies, but Captain America as a... Huh? No, I'm saying
Thor, Love,
I'd rate them
and
both
Thunder
5s easily.
This is worse than that movie to you.
Oh,
that's the question.
Direct comparison? No.
You said of the 8 movies.
No. You're right. Thor, Love and Thunder. Yeah, it had that whole kid thing. They're still both 5s, but yeah, if I had them on a tier list or something, yeah. Thor, Love and Thunder.
Therefore, Captain America would be better.
I was already saying as a series, Captain America was better.
Yeah, but you would say you'd rather see Dark World, but you wouldn't rather see Love and Thunder than this.
I honestly forgot that Love and Thunder was a thing because it was so bad.
Yeah. So no,
okay. Well,
this is not the worst one of the 8.
Yeah, at least that eliminates it from being the worst Marvel movie. I mean, it's got to be Captain Marvel, that second one. As the worst one out of all of them. For me, what would your worst Marvel movie be?
I don't like The Incredible Hulk.
I don't think it's that bad of a movie, though. Iron Man
2 is bad.
Which one? Iron Man 2?
Iron Man 2.
Yeah. But it still has Iron Man, so it's still slightly better.
And and then the next 3 movies of my worst of Marvel are 3 Thor movies.
Yeah. I don't think it was much of a contest between Thor and Captain America, which one had the better series. They'd have to come out with a lot more bad Captain Americas before I said that.
I think there's only one Thor movie that's better than any of the Captain America movies.
Yeah.
For me.
I mean, Ragnarok is like the only, I'd say, top tier good movie. Yeah. I agree. Yeah.
I think the first Thor is boring. I think 4 and 2 are bad. So, yeah, not great. I think the Marvels is better than a couple of the Thor movies. So,
yeah.
Yeah. Anywho, all right. Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, I thought the movie was fine. Good.
I think that wraps up our episode.
Thank you so much for watching part of the Daniel and Andrew Show. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss a notification of a brand new video. If you don't like looking at our faces, no problem. There's always a full audio version of the podcast wherever you find your podcast. Thanks, and enjoy.